अरे आ गए आप. Welcome back to my second session of the day. This is your very own Govind Krishnadas GKD in Shri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe. सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है. दिल की गहराइयों से आपका ये दास, your very own Govind Krishnadas, welcomes all of you to this wonderful, fantastic, inspirational, motivational session. It is my deep honor and my pleasure to invite on board a very extremely special guest. Today I am going to be having a one-on-one talk with His Grace Pancgauda Prabhu ji, who is the temple president of ISKCON Vrindavan. आप में से कौन ISKCON Vrindavan जिंदगी में एक बार भी आया है? प्लीज मुझे कमेंट करके बताइएगा, क्योंकि आज जिनके साथ मैं डिस्कशन करने वाला हूं वो ISKCON वृंदावन के टेम्पल प्रेसिडेंट हैं. और आप मेरे पीछे क्या देख रहे हो? आपको दिख रहे होंगे कुछ ड्रम्स, कुछ रॉक एंड रोल भी होगा आज हमारे बीच में. मैं और प्रभु जी कुछ प्रभु जी इज सुपर सीनियर. प्रभु जी इज अ प्रभुपाद डिसाइपल. श्रील प्रभुपाद जी ने उनको दीक्षा दी है. 19 साल की उम्र में वो इस्कॉन को ज्वाइन कर चुके थे. फ्रॉम पीटर निकोलॉफ, प्रभु जी बिकेम पंचगौड़ा दास. सो वी विल गेट टू नो हाउ पीटर निकोलॉफ बिकेम पंचगौड़ा दास, हाउ ही मेट श्रील प्रभुपाद, what inspires him to go on to serve Shri Vrindavan Dham. And as you can see behind me are drums. Prabhuji used to play drums. He was in a rock and roll band. So how many of you would want to see Pancgauda Prabhu play drums live? So we're going to have a nice jugalbandi. But before we start off, please welcome His Grace Pancgauda Das Prabhuji. हाथ जोड़ लीजिएगा. Tap those hearts, guys. Srila Prabhupada's disciple, a very senior devotee. We all look up to him for inspiration and motivation and blessings. I welcome all of you to His Grace Pancgauda Das Prabhu ki Jai! So we're going to have 3 minutes of sweet kirtan. I would request all of you to please join in this Hare Krishna Mahamantra kirtan, and after that the discussion, the talk will start. Hari Bol. Welcome Prabhuji, welcome.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
सभी बोले Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare ताली बजा के सभी बोलेंगे महामंत्र
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna Balaram Krishna
Krishna Balaram ki
Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram
Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya
Jai Gauranga Jai Gauranga
Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Radha Shyam Sundar ki Jaya. Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar, Radha Shyam Sundar Radhe.
Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Nita Go Hari Go Hari Go Hari Go
Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Gaura Hari Bo.
Govinda
Hari Hari Bo. Jai, Jai, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this wonderful heart-melting kirtan. I welcome everyone to this amazing, wonderful talk. With His Grace, Pancagauda Das Prabhuji, the Temple President of Sri ISKCON Vrindavan Dham. Bolo Sri Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. First of all, Prabhuji, thank you so much for accepting my request. प्रभु जी बहुत बिजी रहते हैं, मैं आपको बता दूं एक घर को संभालना कितना मुश्किल है. You know, it's not so easy to even maintain one house. Prabhu ji is serving and maintaining ISKCON Vrindavan. ISKCON Vrindavan, as Prabhupada used to say, is my house. Mayapur is my worshipping place, and Mumbai is my office. So ISKCON Vrindavan is one temple. The whole world comes to visit. So there's so many problems, so many, there's so many things to be sorted out. The management in itself is so huge. There's so many devotees staying inside the temple. Prabhuji, how many devotees stay inside the temple and how many devotees are serving here?
We have about 120 devotees, but we have 400 or 500 immediate congregation that come regularly.
Right. So
about 35 departments.
35 departments.
Most beautiful deities in the world.
Jai.
Nice 24-hour kirtan. We have our own construction team that's doing all the renovation and beautification in a very systematic way, so that everything is looking, traditional, and everything is looking very Vedic. And Prabhupada wanted clean and beautiful to invite people to appreciate the beauty of Sri Vrindavan and Krishna Balaram.
Right. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. When Prabhuji speaks, it's just like it's like time stops. The accent, अपने आप में accent इतना solid है ना. When Prabhuji speaks, if you listen to him when you come and sit next to him, or when you see him live when he speaks. Day before yesterday, I was attending the Mangal Aarti in the temple. मैं Mangal Aarti attend करता. I have to translate also a bit of it in Hindi. तो जब मैं प्रभु जी को सुन रहा था ना, तो प्रभु जी थोड़ा सा announcement करते हैं, इतनी भारी आवाज. All right. So would you want to translate this in Hindi? Prabhuji was saying this to Dharmatma Prabhu. So that wo bharipan and the tall personality Prabhuji has, this is what is required in Vrindavan. I was just thinking, who would be the ideal president in ISKCON Vrindavan? Like ISKCON Vrindavan को तो एक ऐसा president चाहिए ना जो मतलब बिल्कुल solid हो, लंबे चौड़े हो, आवाज में गंभीरता हो. So His Grace Pancgauda Prabhuji fits in absolutely wonderfully over there. So Prabhuji ने हमें बताया कि वैसे तो 100 कुछ भक्त लोग हैं, लेकिन 400 से लेकर 500 कांग्रीगेशन डिवोटीज हमारे मंदिर में डेली उनका आना जाना रहता है. और इस्कॉन वृंदावन में श्री प्रभुपाद जी को सफाई बहुत चाहिए थी. He always wanted cleanliness, as you mentioned, right?
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
बस समझ लो, cleanliness is next to godliness. That's why Prabhuji is shining. एकदम लाल टमाटर की तरह. I am looking like a Karela right now in front of Prabhuji. So yes, cleanliness is next to godliness. And also Prabhuji also mentioned that there are a lot of several departments. So coming back to the point, as I was saying, it's not so easy to maintain in a house. And here is Prabhuji from the past 11 years, Prabhuji, you said?
Temple president.
Yes, from the past 11 years, Prabhuji ISKCON वृंदावन के temple president हैं. और बहुत सारी बातें हम जानेंगे. प्रभुजी, जैसे मैंने कहा था, पीटर निकोलॉफ से बने हैं पंचगौड़ा दास. Peter is a Christian name, Prabhuji?
Yeah, I was born in Macedonia, which is in the Mediterranean. So actually it went from Pero to Peter, and my name was different in Macedonia. When we came to America, they changed the names a little bit. So Peter Nikolaov, since 1961 in Buffalo, New York, is the name I got.
Right. Okay, so this is interesting. So from Pero to Peter, and then from Peter to
Pancgauda.
Pancgauda.
Das.
Das, obviously, absolutely right. Das. Prabhuji, can you please tell the audience, all the devotees who are watching over here, what is the meaning of... I've heard Panchajanya. I know that Panchajanya is like Krishna's conscience. But what is Pancgauda? I'm really curious to know.
Well, there are a few references. Some of the carriers and pullers of Jagannath cart were called Panchagaudas. And there's Panchadavrita and Panchagauda in Gauda Desh, where Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda appeared and performed their transcendental pastimes. So, I guess I'm a servant of the Lord's transcendental pastimes and all of those who carry Lord Jagannath.
Jai! Very interesting, and I'm pretty sure many of you might not know, even I didn't know. I knew about Panchajanya, but Panchagauda प्रभुजी ने हमें बताया. मैंने प्रभुजी से पूछा इस नाम का अर्थ क्या है, तो प्रभुजी ने पूछा कि जगन्नाथ मंदिर में, जगन्नाथपुरी में जो भक्त लोग जगन्नाथ जी की सेवा करते हैं, so they're called Panchagauda?
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them, like
I'm not, there's a lot of technical names.
yeah. So there are a lot of groups, अलग-अलग groups होते हैं ना, तो उनमें से एक को Panchagauda भी कहा जाता है. And the second one you said, Prabhuji?
There was the Panchadavrita, Panchagauda, and Gauda Desh, where Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda appeared to spread the Sankirtan movement. So I must be somehow connected to the land where the Lord had his pastimes.
Wow. So Gauda Desh है मायापुर को, like we can refer मायापुर to Gauda Desh. तो श्री गौरंग महाप्रभु जो भगवान श्री कृष्ण का लेटेस्ट अवतार है, उसको गौड़ा देश कहते हैं मायापुर में. तो प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं इस नाम का अर्थ वहां से भी रेफरेंस में आता है, जो गौड़ा देश, जो श्री गौरंग महाप्रभु की लीलाओं में क्या करते हैं, पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं. दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली इनक्रेडिबल. प्रभु जी, थैंक यू फॉर शेयरिंग सो मच. राइट, सो वी गॉट टू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ पंचगौड़ा प्रभु. सो प्रभु जी, I'm pretty sure you must remember when Prabhupada gave you that name. Where did this initiation happen? Where your initiation happened?
I was initiated in Miami, Florida, and Panchagauda Das. That was 1976, and the name was given by Prabhupada. Yeah.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Many of us were not even born in 1976. सुन रहे हैं आप, 1976 में तो हमें से कईयों का जन्म नहीं हुआ था. Please tell me how many of you were not born in 1976. Prabhuji had already got initiation directly from Srila Prabhupada, right? And Miami, Prabhuji, we Indians, a lot of Indians like to go to Miami Beach.
Yeah.
We see Miami as like a party freak place. And so I really want to know, and you can see drums over here, guys. You have to stay till the end. आपको end तक रुकना. If you want to see Pancagauda Prabhu play the drums, sorry about that. I just got overexcited. Oh, I think I did an offense. Prabhuji ठीक कर रहे हैं. So sorry. Right. So I was saying, if you want to see Prabhuji play those drums, you have to wait till the end. All right. समुद्र मंथन हो रहा है. अमृत बाद में निकलेगा. Prabhuji, my question is, and as I know that you were also in rock and roll and rock and band, and Prabhupada has taught, this is the beauty of ISKCON, that you put your talents in Krishna's service. That's what I've also heard. Actually, Prabhupada, when he met George Harrison, he's a big singer and all that stuff, so he made him sing the Hare Krishna and one tune. So you were into rock and roll and you used to play, Prabhuji was telling me, he's played in one of the most, among the best guitarists, as you said, Prabhuji. तो प्रभु जी रॉक एंड रोल बैंड में ड्रम्स बजाते थे. अगर आपको उसको देखना है एंड तक रुकना पड़ेगा. मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि एक व्यक्ति मियामी में रह रहा है, ड्रम्स बजा रहा है, आप समझ लो वो क्या माहौल है, अचानक भक्ति कैसे आ गई उसके जीवन में. व्हाट हैपेंड दैट अट्रैक्टेड यू टुवर्ड्स प्रभुपाद? व्हाट हैपेंड दैट अट्रैक्टेड यू टुवर्ड्स कृष्णा और दिस ISKCON मूवमेंट, प्रभु?
Well, in Buffalo, as a musician, I would see the devotees chanting in our Allentown, festivals. We had some art festivals. So we would see all the devotees playing the drums and singing, dancing, colorful, shaven-headed orange dhotis and jumping and dancing. And I was very attracted. I was practicing TM, Transcendental Meditation, with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I read his Gita, only 6 chapters. But then I met the devotees, and they gave me Back to Godhead magazine and also Bhagavad Gita as it is. And showing the picture of Vishnu Jan Swami and the traveling bus tour with feasting, chanting, dancing, and traveling. It seemed very, very attractive for a young man.
Nice.
And I liked the idea of the music and the dancing. And then when you put the philosophy behind it, and when you see Prabhupada and hear Prabhupada, then we got mesmerized and felt like I needed to go this direction. There must be something more to life. I mean, the drums are wonderful. When Krishna was born, the kettle drums, and all the demigods, would always come for all the battles of Kurukshetra. Not only Kurukshetra, when killing of all the demons and the birth of Krishna. Any celebration, there's drums, kettle drums, and cymbals and mridanga. So I figured I did so many years of drums before. Now I can also have some drumming, chant Hare Krishna as well.
जय, बहुत सुंदर, बहुत सुंदर. तो यहाँ पर एक व्यक्ति हैं जो पहले पीटर निकोलॉफ थे. प्रभुपाद जी ने उनको डायरेक्ट दीक्षा दी 1976 you said? और प्रभु जी बने पंचगौड़ा प्रभु जी. और प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं, मैंने उनसे पूछा कि आपको भक्ति में किस चीज से आप अट्रैक्ट हुए. प्रभु जी ने कहा क्योंकि मैं ड्रम्स बजाता था, एंड प्रभु जी एन आर्टिस्ट, लाइक अ म्यूजिक आर्टिस्ट. तो उन्होंने पहली बार क्या देखा कि कुछ डिवोटीज हैं, वो डांस कर रहे हैं, चैंटिंग, डांसिंग एंड फीस्टिंग, एज श्रील प्रभुपाद यूज्ड टू से, कि कृष्ण भक्ति का मतलब है आप खूब कीर्तन कीजिएगा, चैंट, डांस, आप खूब डांस करो और खूब फीस्टिंग, खूब सारा प्रसाद खाओ. तो प्रभु जी इससे मेरे को ये फिलॉसफी बड़ी अच्छी लगी. एंड आफ्टर दैट इट्स बैक्ड अप विद फिलॉसफी. हमारे प्रभु जी रेड भगवद गीता, यू केम इन कॉन्टैक्ट विद विष्णु जान स्वामी, यू सेड, राइट?
Yes.
राइट. तो प्रभु जी ने ISKCON की भगवद गीता भी पढ़ी, और उसके बाद ट्रैवलिंग बस जो होते हैं ना संकीर्तन की, हमारे उन जमानों में एक बस चलती थी जो सारे शहरों में जाकर कीर्तन करा करते थे. तो प्रभु जी ने बोला कि जब मैंने इन चीजों को देखा कि यार यहाँ पर तो इस मूवमेंट में तो लोगों को बस नाचना है, गाना है और प्रसाद खाना है, तो मेरे को तो बड़ा अच्छा लगा. तो फिर मेरे मन में आया क्यों नहीं मैं अपने टैलेंट को, जो मैं ड्रम्स बजाता हूँ, मैं इसको इसमें भी यूज करूं, कृष्ण भक्ति में भी, बिकॉज कृष्णा इज ऑलवेज डांसिंग, एज प्रभु जी मेंशन्ड. कृष्णा इज ऑलवेज लाइक, आपको पता है हमारे कृष्ण कैसे हैं, ही इज ऑलवेज डांसिंग, वो रास लीला कर रहे हैं. He's a music lover. People call Krishna a music lover because he's playing the flute and all that stuff. Perfect. So that's a perfect combination.
But I do love mridanga, harmonium. Occasionally you play drum, but it's like we can use everything in Krishna's service.
Absolutely, Prabhuji. Yes.
Not too much drums.
Yeah. All right. प्रभु जी कह रहे हैं कि भाई ज्यादा ड्रम व्रम नहीं, लेकिन प्रभु जी आपने प्रभु जी was playing the harmonium starting में ना, that's our traditional instruments. तो हारमोनियम भी बजाते हैं प्रभु जी, मृदंग भी बजाते हैं. ये तो मतलब कभी कभी थोड़ा सा कुछ भी आप किसी भी चीज को कृष्ण भक्ति में, कृष्ण की सेवा में लगा सकते हैं ना. इट्स मेंशन्ड इन भगवद गीता, ये न के न प्रकारेण. आपको किसी भी प्रकार से कृष्ण का स्मरण करना है, राइट. व्हेन with the same drums you can be playing some mundane songs, in the same drums you are playing Harinam, so it's used in Krishna's service. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Right, so Prabhuji, so you met Prabhupada and he gave you this name, and what I want to know, and what all devotees would also want to know, so you're in Miami, Prabhuji has his own business, alright, but now he's serving full time in ISKCON Vrindavan. अब तो Prabhuji सेवा कर रहे हैं. उनके बेटे जो हैं, Prabhuji's son is looking after the business. But my question is, Prabhuji, how can you just leave Miami and come down to India, come down to Vrindavan? We want to know, what year was it? क्या कौन सा साल था? And when you came to Vrindavan, Vrindavan was not like this. When you came, it would have been so different. What made you stay back? Otherwise, I've seen foreigners, you know, they're like, यार बहुत गंदगी है यार यहाँ पे सब कुछ, वो थोड़े टाइम के लिए आते हैं और चले जाते हैं. What kept you here?
I'll give you a quick update.
Yeah.
Do you want to translate part by part,
Yes.
or should I just go full time?
You can go full time. I'll cut short.
No problem.
Right.
Anyway, I was in Miami since '76. We met Prabhupada first in Washington, D.C., July 4th, which was the bicentennial for America. Many devotees came together in Washington, D.C., and when Prabhupada arrived, just see him getting out of his vehicle with Rupanuga Prabhu and other devotees surrounded, and he literally floated to the temple. I could see the potency and power of Srila Prabhupada. I felt that. And then we're sitting in the Guru Puja, and Prabhupada would raise his hands and everyone would jump and sing in great joy and happiness. And of course, just hearing Prabhupada, seeing Prabhupada, the pure devotee, the power and Shakti of the Guru Parampara is there, receiving a cookie from Prabhupada. His instruction to me is in Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavatam. I love to hear Prabhupada, and the philosophy is just so crystal clear. So in Miami, I was doing Sankirtan for 15 years, Miami Airport. I was Sankirtan leader, but I was president of Miami Temple from 1982 to 89. We had a hotel on the beach called Govinda Vaikuntha Building, 108 rooms on the ocean. So wow. in the morning time, when the sun would come out of the ocean, we had big picture windows, so Govinda prayers are there for Radha Braja Bihari, Jagannath, Baladev Subhadra, and Sri Sri Gaur Nitai on the altar. So it was a very unique, very powerful experience seeing every morning the sun coming out of the ocean as the Govinda prayers are singing.
Wow.
We had nice kirtan, we had the English BBT, Spanish BBT. We're finishing the entire Bhagavatam at the Govinda Vaikuntha building. Mother Jadharani had her art department there. We had a Gurukul, a gift shop, restaurant. It was a very dynamic. We'd have kirtan on the beach, the Harinam Sankirtan people, and also have a little Rath Yatra on the beach. So I did that for many years, and I had while I'm managing the temple, I started a business as well, and we've actually I brought my family to India in 1993. I had two small sons. Went to Mayapur. Then when we came to Vrindavan, just driving down the Chaktikara road, Prabhupada Swami Marg, A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Marg, your hair started standing, and then at the thought, I'm going into Krishna Balaram, or land of Vrindavan, where Krishna personally was. And we just finished renovating a brand new home in Coconut Grove, where the new temple was. I just finished my swimming pool. And we decided, what are we doing in the West? We should come to India. It's such a spiritual place. My sons wanted to go to Gurukul. So we packed up 11 trunks, left Miami, rented out my house, and we came and stayed. The first time we stayed in Vrindavan was in Yashomati Nandana's house. It's a very small, little, humble place. As Govinda Prabhu said, back then was no vehicles, only a few rickshaws, peacocks everywhere. It was very beautiful Vrindavan. The Parikram path was soft sand, Raman Reti sand. Very beautiful, very nice. No cell phones. and we had some landlines, but the monkeys kept breaking the landlines. So I was the vice president from '93 to 2000 in Vrindavan here, and the way we would manage is send our secretaries running around. But we had great festivals and wonderful experiences. And then the last 11 years, they asked me to again manage, so I've been president of the temple. We've done tremendous renovation, a lot of departments. We have high definition broadcasting on our website, ISKCONVrindavan.com. And as Govinda's doing, we're doing a lot of social media.
Yes.
Because Krishna's name is to be spread all over the world. He came to save all of us. He's in our heart, he's everywhere, but Sri Vrindavan Dham is the home of Prabhupada. Prabhupada is personally here. And if you want to really charge yourself, see our ISKCONVrindavan.com, the beauty of the Krishna, Balaram, Radha Shyama Sundar, and Gaur Nitai. And enthusiasm of Govinda should get you inspired.
Hari, Hari, Hari.
So that's a little history of me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing, प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी ने हमें बताया कि जब उन्होंने प्रभुपाद जी को सबसे पहली बार देखा ना, तो उनको लगा प्रभुपाद जी चल नहीं रहे हैं. He's like gliding in the air. तो उनको प्रभु जी को ऐसा महसूस हुआ कि प्रभुपाद जी तो यार चल ही नहीं रहे, वो ऐसे हवा में ही उड़ रहे हैं. वो इतना उनका ऑरा जो था ना प्रभुपाद जी का, वो ऐसा था. और प्रभु जी ने मेंशन किया कि उन जमाने में मियामी में there was this Govinda
Vaikuntha building.
Okay, Vaikuntha building. वहाँ पर क्या थे? What are the deities name? Shri Radha.
Shri Radha Brajabihari.
Brajabihari.
Shri Gaurnitai.
Gaurnitai
and Jagannath
Subhadra Maharani. तो ये जो क्या नाम है जो मंदिर था या hotel you said it was like a
yeah, it was 108 rooms hotel. We're on the whole 7th floor with the temple room. And we had full glass windows on the ocean.
Wow.
So you can see the ocean.
Wow. तो 7th floor पे ठीक है ना, ये क्या नाम है मंदिर था इनका मियामी में, और वहां से आपको क्या दिख सकती थी? पूरी ओशन आपको दिखती थी. और सुबह के समय जो सूर्य है, the sun used to come out.
Come out of the ocean and Govinda prayers would start.
Yes.
We greet the deities with the sun coming out of the ocean.
जय. तो गोविंदा प्रेयर्स का मतलब जैसे सुबह सुबह जब ठाकुर जी को जगाने के लिए जो प्रार्थनाएं गाई जाती है ना, गोविंदा आदि पुरुषाम तमहम भजामि. So these are called Govinda prayers which Prabhu ji is referring to. और उस समय प्रभु जी बता रहे हैं तो क्या नाम है 7th फ्लोर पे वो विंडोज वहां पे लगी रहती थी और सनराइज होता था और ऐसे भगवान का स्वागत किया जाता था. फिर प्रभु जी ने कहा इन 1993 वृंदावन, राइट, प्रभु जी के मन में आया कि मेरे को वो जगह देखनी है जहां पर श्री कृष्ण ने अपनी लीलाएं करी हैं. Why don't I want to go to the place where Krishna has performed his leelas?
I brought my whole family here.
Yes.
My 2 sons and my wife. We wanted to move to Vrindavan.
Right. So प्रभु जी अपने धर्मपत्नी माता जी के साथ आए और उनके 2 बेटे उनको भी लेकर आए यहाँ पर. और उस समय प्रभु जी was doing business and he was just about to make his house. You said there was swimming pool being made.
Yeah, we renovated a beautiful house next to the temple.
Correct.
And then we decided to come to Vrindavan. I was always connected to the temple.
All right.
Even doing business. When I was president of Miami Temple, I had a business too.
Right.
This way you can do Krishna's business. You can serve nicely, but also Krishna empowers you to do other things as well, right, to make sure that everything goes on for Krishna's pleasure.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you for sharing. It's a very important point. Lot of people out there think, in order to accept bhakti, हमें सब कुछ छोड़ना पड़ेगा. Prabhuji is a perfect example, being the temple president of ISKCON Vrindavan. Guys, we are talking about ISKCON Vrindavan. We are not talking about some small center. This is the heartbeat of ISKCON. So, Prabhuji president तो है ही है, लेकिन साथ के साथ वो business भी अपना संभालते हैं. तो जो भी मेरे को सुन रहे हैं इस समय, भक्ति का मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप अपने business को छोड़ दो, आप अपने job को छोड़ दो. You can do everything, but you just have to add Krishna in it.
Do it carefully.
Do it carefully. हाँ, सही बात है, बिल्कुल. तो प्रभु जी now comes to वृंदावन, अपने धर्मपत्नी के साथ आ गए हैं, 2 बेटे इनके साथ हैं. और प्रभु जी ने बताया हमें जब वो वृंदावन आए, it was not like this. और मेरे को भी याद है, I also remember, I just showed them ISKCON Gurukul today. What a coincidence! I showed them Gurukul today, Facebook Live, and Prabhuji became the vice president of ISKCON Vrindavan 1993. You said
yes, till 2000, 7 years.
Till 2000, 7 years, and 1994 I took admission in the Gurukula, right? So, and we've also been seeing Prabhuji since then. So, Now, Prabhuji, you've become the vice president. Can you just share with all the devotees, because they get a lot of inspiration, what kind of problems or hurdles did you face at those times, or you face nowadays, and you see Krishna just solves them, or Prabhupada is there and he solves them. It's such a big temple. You might be facing so many problems or hurdles. Any particular incident or any memory you have that was like impossible to, come out, and it just worked out?
I have many years of on the street Sankirtan. I've been on the streets for 45 years. So every time there's a serious challenge, we take shelter of Prabhupada's books, and somehow a positive attitude helps. Mm-hmm. So being a Westerner, a foreigner in a foreign land, you have to be careful because people are still on the bodily concept. But my mood is love and trust. Encourage devotees by setting a good example, appreciating their service, and try to understand what people are good at. And it seems like Krishna sent us very wonderful devotees here. We have many different departments, the Samadhi, the Sankirtan department, our public relations, our preaching, our life membership, our youth preaching, and 24-hour kirtan. We have our whole renovation team, child protection team, accounts. So many things are going on. But somehow, Krishna's given us the ability to work together, appreciating the sacrifices that Prabhupada made. And out of gratitude for Prabhupada, people ask, why do you undergo so much trouble and difficulties? Naturally, there's difficulties. We have a devotee care department taking care of serious health issues for those who are getting older. People come to Vrindavan to pass away in this world. Mm. So there's always challenges for taking care of people and their health, their spiritual health, keep everything clean, keep all the paintings fresh and the new murals and the marble and the deities, everything polished and clean and organized. So much to be done, but it's a wonderful opportunity to render service. So we've had challenges of legality because we have so many foreigners in an international center with visas and sometimes this trouble or that trouble. But all these troubles are in the history of Vaishnava literature. The Pandavas underwent great struggle. Yeah. The Battle of Kurukshetra was a great struggle. So Prabhupada, he had a huge struggle, but even more victorious, magnanimous victory by planting the seed of Krishna consciousness all over the world. So I find that Vrindavan has its challenges, but Krishna, he's very powerful and gives us guidance how we can keep moving forward despite the challenges, and let that be an inspiration that, without a battle, without a little bit of a struggle, we become complacent and lazy. So Krishna wants to make sure we're not lazy. He wants to see that we're very active in the hearing, the chanting, in the simplicity of Prabhupada's morning program, and the rules and regulations which he gave us to help guide us in a very safe way back home, back to the spiritual world.
Jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Every single word you were just speaking right now is so deep. It's so deep. It's like literally penetrating my heart. I'll just translate this in Hindi for all the viewers right now. मैंने प्रभु जी से प्रश्न पूछा कि प्रभु जी इस्कॉन वृंदावन इतना बड़ा मंदिर है, तो यहाँ पर आपको प्रॉब्लम्स आती होंगी, कितनी सारी दिक्कतें आती होंगी, तो आप उनको फेस कैसे करते हो? प्रभु जी answered it so nicely and it's so much inspiration for all of us. Like I'll just, I'll give you a सार, मैं आपको सार में बताऊंगा, a conclusion. Right now, Prabhuji mentioned, if there is no, अगर जिंदगी में कोई थोड़ी तकलीफ नहीं आएगी, कोई problems नहीं आएगी, तो we become lazy, we become complacent. तो हमें क्या हो जाएगा? अरे यार हम बड़े वो taken for granted कर देंगे, यार पता नहीं होगा नहीं होगा, हम बड़े lazy हो जाएंगे. तो थोड़ी सी problem, थोड़ी सी दिक्कत जीवन में सही है, आनी जरूरी है, आप alert रहोगे. प्रभु जी ने स्टार्टिंग में मेंशन किया, जैसे ही प्रॉब्लम्स या हर्डल्स आती हैं, आई टेक शेल्टर इन श्रील प्रभुपाद. दैट्स व्हाट यू मेंशनड एट द अर्लीस्ट. तो मैं प्रभुपाद जी के शरणागत हो जाता हूँ और प्रभुपाद जी की कृपा से सब कुछ हो जाता है. प्रभु जी ऑल्सो मेंशनड देयर आर प्रॉब्लम्स बिकॉज ड्यू टू बिकॉज लॉट ऑफ पीपल वी स्टिल आर एट बॉडीली प्लेटफॉर्म. तो रंग का भेद भी है, लाइक प्रभु जी इज एन फॉरेनर बॉडी. है ना, लाइक हाँ, दिल है हिंदुस्तानी और शरीर है अमेरिकन लेकिन दिल है कृष्णा का।
European Mediterranean.
और यूरोपियन का जन्म है प्रभु जी का।
I'm transplanted America.
Alright, from Europe to America, from America
to Vrindavan.
वृंदावन धाम की जय। तो कभी कभी ये भी प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं कि हमारे जो इंडियंस हैं, जो हमारे भारतीय हैं, थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाती हैं कि भाई तुम कहाँ के हो, तुम तो ऐसे होते हैं ना कि यार तुम तो किसी विदेश के हो, तुम क्या बोल रहे हो हमें, लाइक दैट। Yet some words that really touched my heart: love and trust, appreciation. Prabhuji, being the temple president of ISKCON Vrindavan, believes in love and trust and appreciating others to serve. This is a very big inspiration for all the youth out there and all the managers of other temples, other leaders. If we want to lead a temple, nicely, these are some points that are coming from the temple president of ISKCON Vrindavan. We need to invest in love, trust, appreciation. And Prabhuji also mentioned कितने सारे departments हैं यहाँ पर. Youth का department है, Prabhupada Samadhi, devotee care, 24-hour kirtan, public relations, food for life, this, that, so many departments. Yet, Prabhuji ने कहा, जब भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आती है, हम श्री प्रभुपाद जी के शरण में जाते हैं और पांडवास का, Prabhuji give the example of the Pandavas, and of course Srila Prabhupada himself had so many troubles, so many hurdles, but Krishna Balaram, as Prabhuji mentioned, Krishna, he just takes us out of the problems. We just need to stay sincere, right, Prabhuji? Alright, thank you so much. There are just 2-3 questions, and if there are any devotees, there are a lot of devotees who ask very nice questions, and we can take some questions from the audience, just like 1 or 2 questions. If there's anyone who wants to ask a question to His Grace Panchagauda Prabhu, please comment your question in the comment box. Prabhuji has to leave in the next 10 minutes. I'm just going to wind off this session with one last question from my side, one of your question, and then we're going to have Prabhuji on the drums with a little bit of kirtan together, right? Alright, so Prabhuji, since you don't have time, otherwise I have so many questions coming up in my mind. Any personal instructions or guidance would you like to give to the devotees who are visiting the ISKCON Vrindavan temple, and any particular things that you would want them to take care of? And there a lot of times, a lot of devotees come to Vrindavan and na chakar, it's not that, we don't want to take care of them, but still, it's such a big movement, such a big temple, yet they're not, attended nicely. So at that time, what should be their feedback, and would you like to tell them any message? And all the youth out there, especially Prabhuji, there are a lot of youth who are connected to me. You have spent your life in this movement. प्रभु जी ने अपना पूरा जीवन ही दे दिया है ISKCON में, ठीक है? 11 साल से तो प्रभु जी प्रेसिडेंट हैं ISKCON वृंदावन के. 1976 में दीक्षा हो गई थी, हमारा जन्म भी नहीं हुआ था. So just these 2 things, Prabhuji, a message to the youth out there, how we can take ISKCON forward, what all points we need to take care of. First, if you could just answer this, Prabhuji, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a big question.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No. I understand that the time is different. Now everyone has a cell phone, internet is easily available. So in many ways, the challenges to, Maya's everywhere. One time devotees are complaining to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, there's all these ladies, too much Maya in this temple. Prabhupada said, you show us that place, there's no Maya, we shall all go there. so Maya is present everywhere, okay? It's always available from the creation to the end of the dissolution. But in our particular time, we have to appreciate and really have gratitude for Prabhupada, and also those young devotees who've sacrificed their lives for the service of Prabhupada. Obviously, we have to, use our intelligence, and somehow it's not easy to get the taste to hear Prabhupada and just to, to chant the holy name and to really believe in the words of Prabhupada. That, like, I have 2 young sons. My young son is 35 years old. My older son he's part of the SWAT team, Coast Guard Reserve officer. He's also a policeman full-time for the last 12 years, a firearm instructor. He went to Gurukula, but at the same time, he has 2 children. He takes care of things that he has to take care of. My message is, always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. in your journey as you're growing and maturing, keep your good association. Hang out with those people who actually have genuine love for Prabhupada and Krishna, because association is so important. You might not be able to follow as rigidly and strictly as the Goswamis and as Prabhupada sets the highest standard, but at the same time, never lose your faith in Krishna. Believe in the words of Prabhupada. Associate with those who are sincere and enthusiastic for Krishna. In music, everyone loves music. So, appreciate the kirtan, dance in the kirtan, be part of the kirtan. These are important aspects.
Wow.
For the youth in particular.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And आपको बोलने से पहले मैं इसको अपने में अमल करूँगा. Prabhuji started off with telling us, एक बार किसी ने एक भक्त ने, did this happen in Vrindavan that the question was where is Maya? Prabhupada said not in Vrindavan.
It was somewhere else, but
okay.
Somebody was questioning that there's too much Maya in the temple.
Right, yeah.
And Prabhupada said.
Yeah. So एक बार किसी भक्त ने श्रील प्रभुपाद को बोला कि यहाँ मंदिर में बहुत माया है प्रभुपाद जी, यहाँ पे इतनी सारी लड़कियाँ हैं, इतनी सारी गर्ल्स हैं ना, बहुत माया है. प्रभुपाद जी ने कहा, मेरे को आप एक स्थान ऐसा बता दो जहां पर माया नहीं है, हम सब वहीं चलेंगे और वहां पर भक्ति करेंगे. तो ऐसा कोई स्थान नहीं है इस पूरे संसार में जहां पर माया नहीं है. And Prabhuji also mentioned in the starting about the internet, right? So due to internet now there is Maya even more. Yet Prabhuji said keep good association. This is extremely important, as Prabhuji is mentioning, and I want to also keep this in mind. सारी चीज संग के ऊपर है. जैसा संग वैसा रंग, जैसा रंग वैसा ढंग. इसलिए हमारे शास्त्रों में कहा भी है कि असत संग त्याग ऐ वैष्णवाचार. So Prabhuji has gone right on the bullseye. Please, let's check our association. Please check who are you getting up with, who are you mingling with, what kind of friends do you have? Do you have devotee friends? Do you have non-devotee friends? This is what's going to lead you to. So, पहले good association. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Prabhuji just mentioned.
Birds of a feather flock together.
Right, absolutely.
हिंदी में
बोल के दिखाओ. प्रभुजी ने बोला birds of the same feather, ठीक है. पक्षियां जो एक पंचभूत, बंदर भी आ गया, वो देखो वो उड़ रहा है. पक्षियां जिनके एक जैसे पंख होते हैं वो सारे एक जैसे ही उड़ते हैं. आपने देखा होगा आकाश में ना, पूरे एक जो पक्षियां हैं सारे के सारे झुंड इकट्ठा होता है. So the birds of the same feather flock together. आपने अपना संग अच्छा रखना है, कृष्ण को कभी नहीं भूलना है. And Prabhuji, you also mentioned believe in Srila Prabhupada's words.
Yes.
This is so important. हम जो पढ़ रहे हैं, भगवत गीता पढ़ रहे हो, आप भागवतम पढ़ रहे हो, आप पढ़ तो रहे हो, लेकिन क्या हमें उस पर विश्वास है? Do we really have trust when Krishna is saying in Gita that abandon all kinds of religion and just surrender unto me? Do we believe in that, or are we just reading it? So believe in Srila Prabhupada's words. And also Prabhuji mentioned everyone loves music, so keep on chanting and keep on dancing, as Prabhuji mentioned, for the youth. This is our takeaway. Did I miss anything, Prabhuji? Or did I cover all
No,
the
you're
points?
good. This is good.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Any question from the devotees?
How to ignore the distractions in bhakti?
How do we note?
How do we ignore distractions in bhakti? Like we know that there is Maya coming, but how do we ignore them? How can we stay away from them?
It's like I said, you need to really have the practice of always hearing Prabhupada. Like when I was on Sankirtan, there was always some challenge. The mind would challenge, people would challenge, the police would challenge, the climate. And you open Prabhupada's books and read and really believe that, and the answers are there. Krishna helps us to overcome the challenges, and there'll always be challenges. Queen Kunti was praying, let the challenges keep coming so I can always remember you. It's a process of teaching us to surrender to Prabhupada, surrender to Gaur Nitai Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because when we're in difficult times is the time when we really are most prayerful, really pray to Krishna, please help me out of this difficult time. So difficult times may come, and there will be many good times coming. Stay in good association, keep reading and chanting. It's very important.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Very perfect answer, Prabhuji, and right on the money. Prabhuji ने बोला कि सबसे पहले तो ये भूल जाओ कि कोई भी संसार में ऐसा होगा जिसके जीवन में तकलीफ नहीं आएगी. सबके जीवन में तकलीफ, परेशानियां, दुख आते ही आते हैं। बट एग्जाम्पल प्रभु जी ने कुंती महारानी का दिया है, आई एम जस्ट कटिंग शॉर्ट, कुंती महारानी का दिया है कि कुंती महारानी ने तो अपने जीवन में कष्ट मांगे, क्योंकि जब हमारे जीवन में कष्ट और दुख आते हैं तब हमारी प्रार्थनाएं सबसे सिंसियर और सबसे सीरियस होती है। तो भूल जाओ कि ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके जीवन में दुख नहीं होंगे, दुख तो आएंगे ही आएंगे। अब टेस्ट ये है कि क्या आप कृष्ण को याद करते हो। तो हमें करना क्या है, प्रभु जी ने बोला हियरिंग पर बड़ा ध्यान देना है। आप जब करते हो उस पर ध्यान से हियरिंग करो। प्रभुपाद जी के लेक्चर्स जो सुनते हो ध्यान से, जस्ट लिसन टू देम केयरफुली। हियरिंग या जो रीडिंग आप कर रहे हो उसको आप पूरे ध्यान से पढ़ो और आप देखोगे कृष्ण आपको उत्तर जरूर देंगे। कृष्ण विल रेसिप्रोकेट, जैसे प्रभु जी ने हमें बताया। ऑलराइट,
One more thing.
यस प्रभु जी।
When pilgrims come to visit Vrindavan, give yourself enough time to feel the spiritual existence of Prabhupada here, Krishna Balaram. Don't try to see too many things or go too many places. Just by being in Krishna Balaram, seeing the beauty of the deities, participating in the kirtan, hearing the Bhagavad class, and just being in Sri Vrindavan Dham, that in itself will inspire you. It's okay, we go here a little bit and a little bit there, but don't try to go to too many places and do too many things, and really hear Prabhupada and participate in the chanting, in the kirtans. It'll really inspire.
प्रभु जी ने कहा है खासकर उन भक्तों के लिए, जैसे दिस वाज आल्सो माय क्वेश्चन, व्हेन all devotees who come to ISKCON Vrindavan or come for darshan, any particular instruction that Prabhu ji would want to give all of us. प्रभु जी ने कहा है जब हम वृंदावन में आए तो खासकर जो ISKCON से भक्त जुड़े हुए हैं, हमें क्या करना चाहिए, हमें कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर में ज्यादा से ज्यादा समय हमें क्या करना चाहिए, बिताना चाहिए। हाँ, अच्छा है कि हम इधर उधर भी दर्शनों के लिए जाएं, लेकिन प्रयास ये रहे कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा हम अपना कृष्ण बलराम मंदिर में अपना समय बिताएं। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी के द्वारा ये मंदिर बनाया गया है, प्रभुपाद जी का घर है यहाँ पर, प्रभुपाद जी की समाधि है यहाँ पर, और प्रभुपाद जी ने अपने हाथ से ये डीटीज को इंस्टॉल किया। So like I was from morning to evening I was going for some darshans, Prabhuji, since I've come after lockdown, but I also was making a point to see Shyam Sundar before they go to sleep. So I used to run down, और मैं आता था यहाँ पर रात को और ठाकुर जी को विश्राम करते हुए देखना चाह रहा था, मैं मंगल आरती अटेंड कर रहा था। लेकिन इट्स सो इम्पोर्टेंट, एब्सोल्युटली इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट दैट प्रभु जी सेइंग, जितने भी भक्त हम यहाँ पर आए ज्यादा से ज्यादा समय हम ISKCON वृंदावन में समय बिताएं। Thank you so much Prabhu ji, thank you. I'm filled with gratitude and I'm pretty sure all the devotees who are listening, please आप सभी कमेंट करके बताइएगा, आप और हार्ट्स को टैप कीजिएगा। ये इंटरनेट का जमाना है, आज के इस लाइव सेशन को, इस अमेजिंग इंस्पिरेशनल सेशन को प्रभु जी जो श्रील प्रभुपाद के डिसाइपल है, पिछले 11 साल से ISKCON वृंदावन में टेम्पल प्रेसिडेंट है, प्रभु जी ने अपने जीवन के बारे में, प्रभु जी ने संघर्षों के बारे में और हमें इंस्पिरेशन दिया है। ग्रैटिट्यूड के माध्यम से आप कमेंट्स कीजिएगा, शेयर द लाइव सेशन दैट मैक्सिमम डिवोटीज कैन आल्सो गेट टू नो द जर्नी ऑफ हिज ग्रेस Pancagauda Das Prabhu ji. We leave you with a very wonderful kirtan, and now let's have
I'll play drums.
I'm going to be playing mridanga
And he'll move around with the camera.
Absolutely, let's do this Prabhu ji. अब जो आप देखने वाले हो ना, मजा आने वाला है प्रभु जी। Come over here, cameraman, let's do this. प्रभु जी ऐसा, भाई साहब खून तो वो पुराने वाला है ना, वो ड्रम बजाते थे भाई साहब। प्रभु जी, did you have long hair also?
I'll show you a picture of my band later.
Yeah, sure.
I had long hair and a beard.
ठीक है, ये देख रहे हो प्रभुपाद जी का प्रभुपाद जी का जादू देखो, पहले दाढ़ी थी, लंबे लंबे बाल, अब गंजे हो गए, धोती। चलिए पंचगौड़ा प्रभु ऑन द ड्रम, हरि बोल। Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, पंचगौड़ा प्रभु जी, हरि हरि बोल। ये है भक्ति, अपनी टैलेंट को कृष्ण में लगाना। परफेक्ट एग्जाम्पल, पंचगौड़ा प्रभु। जय 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 जय, श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय, His Grace पंचगौड़ा दास प्रभु जी की जय। Thank you so much प्रभु जी, thank you so much. All the devotees are overwhelmed. They can't believe what they just saw right now. ये है हमारे His Grace पंचगौड़ा दास प्रभु जी, बहुत ही हम्बल है और देखो अपनी टैलेंट को कैसे कृष्ण भक्ति में लगा रहे हैं। परफेक्ट एग्जाम्पल फॉर ऑल द यूथ आउट देयर। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर टाइम। आई कांट थैंक यू एनफ प्रभु जी। थैंक यू फॉर योर मर्सी। थैंक यू। जय जय। थैंक यू। हरि बोल।
Yeah, see, Trikalagya's wife passed away yesterday, so I got to go do a program
Yes.
at his house. So
Yes, Prabhu.
normally I wouldn't rush, but
No. Thank you so much.
So you can bring that back
Yeah,
downstairs.
I just want it out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
I'm sure it's a lot of viewers, so we took. But I got to get my people together. We're going to do a program.
Right. Okay. I just wind it up now.
Thank you.
ठीक है, तो आप सभी भक्तों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। His Grace पंचगौड़ा दास प्रभु जी ने अपना बहुत प्रेशियस टाइम हमें दिया है। बहुत ही बिजी हैं, बड़ी मुश्किल से वो आ पाए इस लाइव चैट पे। मैं आशा करता हूँ कि आपको इस टॉक से इंस्पिरेशन मिला, मोटिवेशन का, भक्ति में आगे बढ़ने के लिए, अपने टैलेंट को भक्ति में यूज करके आगे बढ़ने के लिए आपको लाइफ में थोड़ी सी एक पुश मिली है। दिस इज योर वेरी ओन गोविंद कृष्णदास GKD signing off from Shri Vrindavan Dham. राधे राधे मेरे यारो, राधे राधे।